Morgan show with Steven Crowder, who is this noxious, like, debate me, bro, look at me, bro guy that
He sure is a debate me, bro. Look at me, bro, guy. Like, oh my gosh, he sure is. And look, however, everybody doesn't have to agree with anybody 100%. But one thing, nobody could beat Tim Miller in debating. Let me put it this way. In order to, I can't say nobody, right? Because then I just made him the king. But in order to beat Tim Miller in debating, you better have every last one of your facts and don't come with emotion. Even though his face always looks contorted and disgusted with the people that he's talking to, he's not emotional. So he's always bringing up facts. So that's how you have to be. And so he does demolish Steven Crowder. I mean, it's easy to do nowadays because these people are just like, MAGA, 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 MAGA wins. So I'm going to go ahead and get into it. But this was actually the first time I saw Tim Miller was in this debate. And when I was parsing it out for somebody, I was like, I don't know. It looks like he's doing his thing. So let's go ahead and get into it.
I'm sure you've seen somewhere on YouTube. And like, we had to do this whole phony, WWE kayfabe thing where they pretended like regular MAGA Americans were really offended by Joe Biden. And I thought it was my job on the show to just remind people that Steven Crowder and Donald Trump's whole existence is to offend. Like, the whole reason why Donald Trump has a political career is advancing a lie about Barack Obama's birthplace, a racist lie. Steven Crowder, if you don't know him, you can just Google it and see about his career, attacking gay people, attacking trans people, attacking women, wanting no-fault divorce, which is particularly notable.
All right. So that's just like a lot of personal. I just want to kind of get straight into the debate. All right, let's go ahead and do it. Oh, by the way, please, y'all, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Please. Thank you so much, everybody watching. I love making these videos. I'm having fun. All right.
Trump called Kamala Harris's advisors garbage just like the other week. Donald Trump said America is a trash can and the world is sending their garbage, which is migrants here. Donald Trump's called me and other people that oppose him in the media the enemy of the people. He's called people human scum. He said that Haitian migrants were eating cats and dogs. Do we need to keep doing this? Like this? Like, we're going to pretend to be offended on behalf of Donald Trump? I mean, and Steven Crowder, by the way, his whole career, this is why he's on Rumble, not on YouTube, because he got kicked off YouTube because all he does is insult gay people, insult trans people.
And that's the thing, right? Like, so whatever, right? I'm from the 80s and 90s, okay? I got roasted every day at school. So I'm not shy from getting roasted and possibly roasting back, of course. But I noticed with MAGA that all of a sudden, especially with that Jasmine Crockett thing, right? When she was like, Hot Wheels. And by the way, that's not something I would say, but they were like, how can she say something? It's like, y'all, come on now. We know why we like Trump, because he doesn't hold back. Why is it any different when she's doing it? So anyway, the points that he's making, I'm already rocking with it.
The only garbage I know is Steven Crowder and Donald Trump. So they're garbage. I don't think all of Donald Trump's supporters are garbage. I think that many of them are good people that have been misinformed by Donald Trump and Steven Crowder's lies.
Tim Miller, what I would say is people on the left, they're very, very quick to be very offended by Trump's rhetoric. This has been going on for 8 years now, that this guy talks in a disparaging way about people. It's unacceptable. It's awful, blah, 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 blah. But you think nothing as a group of constantly flashing the Nazi word around, fascist, Nazi, and now garbage.
I'm not. Like I said, the only people I called garbage were Donald Trump and Steven Crowder because they've acted like garbage by disparaging people their entire careers. Like, that was the whole premise of both of these two guys' careers. Donald Trump's just been a little bit more successful at it. So Joe Biden's statement, I think, was like totally nonsensical marble mouth. And I was maybe one of the most vocal people saying Joe Biden shouldn't run for president again. Joe Biden isn't running for president. Kamala Harris is running for president. And she gave a speech on the Ellipse where she talked about how MAGA voters would have and MAGA politicians would have a seat at the table in her administration. So you guys are trying to make something out of nothing, and you're trying to do this fake outrage where it's like in soccer, Piers, where you guys are flopping. You're flopping on the ground, hoping the refs call a foul on Joe Biden, when Donald Trump's whole career has been insults and lies and disparaging people, and also his actual actions have been hurtful. The sexual assault that he committed on women.
I'm not going there. I'm going to skip that. But Steven is smiling like, this is funny. I'm gonna get this guy. He's not wrong though. Like, come on, man. Everybody fight dirty. So this is when Biden was like, MAGA voters are trash or something. The man said something. But then everybody started wearing trash bags. So I remember this. I thought it was the most insane. Like, of course he shouldn't have said that, but I was just like, y'all are wearing trash bags now? I think by that point I had already made my mind up. Yeah, because Kamala was running, so I was like, that's not why I didn't vote for Trump. I realized that we weren't going to get a single thing America first. I realized that he was going to continue everything that's going on in the Middle East. We are sending soldiers now to the Middle East. It's just 2001 all over again, it feels like to me, So I was like, I'm not going to be a part of this H-1B, there's all kinds of things. But Stephen is there smiling. He's right. Like, I would just be like, you know what? Yeah, we all get down and dirty. That's it. Lean into it. Yeah, you know what? We all do get a little down and dirty. It is what it is. It's part of the game. Boom. There you go. Instead of pretending to be so good.
So Donald Trump, it's not just his words, it's his actions that have been harmful. And you guys can get mad about what the soon-to-be former president, Joe Biden, like incomprehensibly said, but he's not running against Joe Biden. And it seems like a desperate ploy to like put on a fancy costume and dress up like an Oompa Loompa.
Thank you. But again, I'm really going to avoid Ed Helmet, which is really tough because it seems to be coming from the other side of this panel here.
Well, I will note for the record that you have not gone ad hominem. And Tim, to be fair, all you've done is abuse Steve. All you've done is abuse Steve on a personal level. I actually would like to rise above that.
His whole career is all he's done is attack gay and trans people. Now he's like, he's getting offended, being called out for it. Just Google his history of his comments about gays, trans people, women. Like he is Mr. Ad hominem. So don't like try to be like, oh, I'm Mr. Nice Guy now. Come on, give me a break. Let's be honest.
Tim Miller, I want to talk to you directly about the fact you went down to confront the MAGA mastermind, Steve Bannon, when he was released from prison at his press conference. And Bannon decided to have a bit of fun at your expense. Let's take a look.
This is Tim Miller, one of my favorite guys from MSNBC and the Bulwark. Used to be the spokesman for the Republic. When I met Tim as a younger man, he was the spokesman for the RNC, the old RNC, the establishment RNC, the RNC of Mitt Romney, not the RNC of Donald Trump. But go ahead, Tim. Question.
Tim, I mean, you went down, you quizzed him on whether he would attempt another coup as an encore to January 6th, and Bannon gave quite a serious response. Let's take a look at that.
Nancy Pelosi gave an interview to Rolling Stone magazine. She said her number one priority is to make sure that Donald Trump is not only not re-elected president of the United States, but he never sets foot in the White House. Nancy Pelosi and Jamie Raskin right now are thinking about, and they're very open about it, of not certifying a Trump victory on November 5th.
All right, but we know that would go on to happen. So anyway, the point is, this was, Tim Miller, and this, because it's his clip, you don't hear much of what Crowder has to say, but there's nothing to hear. It's like being innocent. What I've seen the right done and how woke they've gone for Israel. Oh, please, MAGA. No, MAGA online, right? Not all MAGA. Not MAGA who might be listening to this right now, no. But there are some people where I'm like, did you ever have any values, or was this also just cool for you? Because my values, they lie where they are. The truth lands where it falls. And there's times where I might have to defend somebody that I don't particularly like. Oh, well, I'm here for the truth, not for being cool MAGA-DAGA. I'll see you guys at the next one.